Hello internet, my name's Lave, and this week I watched Bloodfather, which is directed by Jean-François Richet, who also directed Erin, which I'm halfway through. Seen part 1, need to see part 2. Here he's directing Mel Gibson, who stars as John Link, an ex-con and a recovering alcoholic who's eking out an existence as a tattoo artist following his release from prison. One day he gets a call from his estranged daughter Lydia, played by Erin Moriarty, who's got herself into a spot of bother with some drug dealers and now needs daddy's help, so daddy's got to go to work. So I wasn't really very excited about going to see this film. I don't think it had the greatest marketing campaign. I think the title of the film is pretty shit. The trailer for it made it look very generic. The synopsis just made me think of every other film with an aging former action star who still wants to kick ass. Honestly, when I saw the trailer for this, it just made me think that this is Gibson trying to do a Liam Neeson, who did a Keanu Reeves, who did a Denzel Washington, who did a Liam Neeson. But I have to say, of those types of films, this is actually one of the better ones. Now, I'm not saying that I don't like films like Taken or John Wick. I think those films know exactly what they are. They're throwbacks to the 80s and 90s films that I used to watch. They're just switch off your brain popcorn flicks where you're waiting for the action to kick in, and when it does, you just go along for the ride. And this film does sort of do that, but I definitely think that it's going for a more dramatic approach and is more grounded. Gibson's character in this isn't a former CIA agent or an ex-super assassin. He's just a normal bloke, alright? He's an ex-con and an alcoholic, but still, he's a normal bloke who's trying to do the right thing, turn his life around, and do right by his daughter, who he sees taking the same path as him. And when you factor in Mel Gibson's real-life troubles, his fall from grace, and his own battle with alcoholism, and combine that with the sort of performance that made him famous in the first place, I have to say, he's really good in this film. He's really, really good in this film. It's really good casting. I'd say it's almost on par with casting Mickey Rourke in Darren Aronofsky's The Wrestler. Almost, but still very good. There is a sense that his performance, or at least some of the things that he does in this film as this character, is almost apologising for some of the stuff that he said, particularly the anti-Semitic stuff. I swear to God, there is a scene where he punches a mannequin dressed as a Nazi. I don't think anyone's going to turn around and be like, oh, well, all's forgiven. Oh, that bloody Mel. But I would still argue that this is a really good performance from him. He shows a lot of emotional range. At times I felt really sad for him. Other times I was really rooting for him. Other times I was really intimidated by him. And I really liked the bond that develops between him and his daughter, played by Erin Moriarty. At first I thought I was really going to hate her character, but as the film progressed, I found myself quite liking her. Plus, there's some decent performances from some of the support cast, with a particular mention to William H. Macy, and there's a really cool assassin-like character played by Raoul Trujillo. The only disappointing thing is that you don't see more of him, but what you do see is really cool. In terms of the visuals, I thought the cinematography was very good. The action sequences, although few and far between, are executed really well and are really exciting. The only other thing that I thought let the film down was its dialogue, which got a bit clunky in spaces and was a bit exposition heavy. The overall plot is a bit predictable as well at times. There were certain things that happened which I could see coming a mile away. But other than that, I really enjoyed this film, and if you can track it down at a cinema, I would absolutely recommend you go and see it. So that's my thoughts on Bloodfather, and pause the video if you want to take a closer look at my enjoyment tracker now. I hope I haven't bigged this film up too much. I went in with really low expectations, which is probably why I came out pleasantly surprised. I'm not sure how well it's going to perform at the cinemas. As I say, I think you should go and see it. I have a feeling that this film is going to gain popularity once it's aired on TV or is available on Netflix, and people stumble across it not expecting much and it actually turns out to be quite decent. I will absolutely buy this when it comes out on Blu-ray and add it to my collection. There you go. So thanks very much for watching my review of Diamond. So thanks very much for watching my review of Bloodfather. I really do appreciate it. If you can, give the video a like, and don't forget to share the Lave. Subscribe.